Okay, so I've got this project I've been working on. Thought I would share. I had a lot of help from YouTube and the internet when I was getting ready to do this, so thought I'd just pass it on. Maybe this will help. The problem I've got is, let me get out here so you can see it. The problem I've got is that I've got this garage that's probably built in the mid to late 70s, and got some issues on the outside, and I knew I needed to do something with this for a long time, but my insurance said they were going to cancel it because of the holes in the side and the bad plywood, but I told them that was the least of the problems over here. So they gave me an extension for 6 months so that I could get the foundation problem squared away. And here's the foundation problem. You can see what's happening there. The way this was built, apparently they poured an outside foundation wall, and then they came back and poured the concrete inside. The problem is they didn't put any rebar in anything, I don't think. At least I've not seen any yet. And they didn't put any rebar between the slab and the foundation wall. And the foundation wall had no footing, and it only went about 4 or 5 inches deep in the soil. So what I've ended up with is this, and it goes all the way down the wall that I'm showing you, and then across a back wall. So the plan has been to jack up 2 sides of this thing. So I put these ledger boards in several years ago that are running horizontal. So I put those in several years ago to get prepared for this, and then the plan is to run these 6x6s through it, and then jack it up and suspend the walls so that I could work on it. And my dad and I spent the last several days working on this, and we got it to this point yesterday. So it's up, suspended on these beams. All the weight's on the beams, it's not on the foundation. It came back in, and each one of these anchor bolts that you see there, once we got it up a little bit, came in and cut those off so that foundation wall would be loose. And now what I've been doing this morning is in pulling that foundation wall out from under the exterior wall. So you can see there's nothing under this wall, about halfway down, well, about a third down. So got to get all of this out. The plan is to get all this foundation wall out and then form up out here for another wall that will then form up for another wall that I'll just pour back in place, and then just sit the 2 walls back down on. And then once we got that done, then we can start knocking the plywood off and changing the siding out. So that's the plan so far. Been an awful lot of work, but it's going pretty well. The one thing I wasn't counting on is, I don't know if you probably can't see very well, but I just discovered when I took this off this morning, it's like there's 2 slabs underneath here. I don't know what's up with this thing. It's like there's a slab, dirt, and then they poured another slab on top of it. I'm not sure what's happening here, or if that's a footing of some kind. No idea what's going on with that. But anyway, what that means is more voids for concrete to get in, so I'm going to have to spend more for concrete, because that's going to be the inside of my form, basically. So once I start pouring concrete, it'll run up under there, which is fine. It'll make it more secure, but also concrete's expensive, so, and also I'm not sure how well it's going to flow up under there. So anyway, not a problem. That's the thing when you start working on the old something like this, it just, you get a plan, and you crack one thing and you find 4 more things you got to deal with. But the great thing about this is once we got this up If you look down this wall, it looks almost straight. Well, for the last 6 or 8 years, there has been a huge bow in the middle of this thing. If I'd have got it like that, you can see a big bow. Well, came out this morning and did some measuring, and it looked straighter, but and sure enough, it's pulled back into place a little bit, which is really nice. That's what I was hoping for. So, so far so good. We'll see how it goes. If the rain will hold off and we can stay hydrated enough in this 110 degree heat index stuff we've been working in, that we'll be able to get all this out and start forming up for the new. We got to dig down right here, so we'll dig down. I'm gonna go down probably another 18 inches. This was only about 5 or 6 inches in the ground. You can see right there, that's the bottom of it right there, where I'd check to see how far down it went. Anyway, so they didn't use any rebar, just concrete, and it lasted for almost 50 years. So I guess if I can do the same, I am going to put rebar in mine, but hopefully it will be a little bit more reinforced, and everything will be work a little better. Just go around, but I'll post an update once we get a little bit farther along, maybe once we get it formed up.